Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Rolling Credits. We are back. We've been on a short hiatus. We've all been super busy, but we got a lot to talk about. And as always, I'm joined by Kirby, Gums, and Pat, and myself, Seth. How you boys doing?
Good.
Doing good.
Feeling good.
Feeling good.
Doing better than I was 20 minutes ago.
Let's go. I know we're starting this podcast early in the morning. Are we all morning people now?
Yeah, but I still have coffee. That's a problem.
Definitely. Praise the sun. You know what I mean?
Well, there's no sun today. It's raining.
I know it's raining here in Arizona.
I'm being forced to get up early due to my dog.
Just because you can't see the sun doesn't mean it doesn't exist, okay?
True.
So the real reason for our long hiatus is actually I moved to Phoenix. So that and the holidays.
I was gonna say we had a few different things, obviously.
That and the holidays.
Kirby and I are working in the adult beverage business. The holidays are a busy time for us to kind of lock some things in.
I've got a question about the adult beverage business.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, when these beverages get together, where can I watch the movies?
Jesus Christ. I knew that was coming. It wouldn't be a podcast without some sexual joke coming from God.
Well, the adult beverage business is different.
I'm not gonna name any company names, but there may be some OnlyFans kicking around the internet that has to do with the adult beverage industry.
That's amazing. So, I'm so glad you let me know about that. I will not.
Just look it up. Just Google it.
I'll Google it, but I'm not going to watch.
I'm intrigued, but not quite enough.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember that movie, Sausage Party, with like all the food coming to life?
Yeah.
This is what I think. This is what I'm thinking about. As adult beverages. Just a movie about adult beverages getting into some shenanigans.
A bottle of Smirnoff and a bottle of Malibu getting down.
Right?
Yep.
But the Smirnoffs are always salty because everybody's always icing people, and they're like, no.
I'm just picturing this movie being made from freaking Seth Rogen.
Goodness.
I'm pretty sure they're turning it into a show. So if like adult beverages don't end up in like a limousine with a bunch of high schoolers, I think, it's
Wow,
missed
you're
opportunity
dark,
right there.
but I love it.
Hey,
that would be like the
You're
sequel
dark.
to that movie. Actually,
it would be.
Yeah.
This is a movie podcast. We always have good pitches, right?
Yeah. Welcome back. That's our movie for 2023.
Perfect.
Also, we
Okay.
have a new sponsor, Zoa Energy Drink, keeping us going. Feel that mana in you.
That's right. That's
I think
right.
that's what The Rock says. Shout
Something
out Dwayne
awesome.
Johnson.
Shout out Dwayne Johnson.
I'll
His
accept,
show's
I'll
amazing,
accept
by
the
the way.
sponsorship when you send me a free case of it, because I'm always in
I
for
know.
caffeine. That's all I need in my life.
This is actually pretty fire.
Yeah. We'll not forget about
Fair.
our old sponsors and our current sponsor as well. Vicks Vapor Rub.
Lavender
Scent.
Absolutely. We
Yep.
can't forget about them. They keep me breathing at night.
John, when you listen to this, make sure you get either The Rock or Vicks Vapor Rub to be our sponsor
Correct.
for next episode.
I'm actually convinced that Vicks Vapor Rub could somehow invent walking corpses. You put it on the chest, it revitalizes you, it gets you flowing again, gets you breathing again.
Yep.
Like there is
Yep.
something to be marketed there.
Oh, I thought
I
I
mean,
thought your
like-
point was gonna be more of like the Vicks Vapor Rub was gonna be like the subject of the zombie apocalypse. Like that was like how.
No, it's gonna be like the cure. It's gonna be like clear up their nasal
is.
congestion. Like I could see a Walking Dead commercial happening, and like Vicks, it's you don't realize it's a Vicks Vapor Rub until somebody smears Vicks on them, and they become back to humans, and they're like, I was just congested, and then it was like Vicks Vapor Rub, and it's just like a zombie.
Well,
Wouldn't say
if we're
once
being
again.
real, I die 6 times a night because I snore and I have breathing issues.
See?
Oh, we
And
call that sleep apnea. Welcome to the club.
Without Vicks Vapor Rub, I would not be here.
See?
I
Shout
love-
out to Vicks. Please reach out to us. We are happy to give you shout outs.
I love a good Vicks plug. I'm there for the next guy. But get a goddamn CPAP, guys. Jesus Christ.
I can't do that. I sleep on my side. That would not work.
My dad.
Yeah,
My dad got this like thing put in his like throat where like it like zaps your tongue when you're sleeping, so like you can like snore or like you can breathe. That might be in our future, Kirby.
That sounds excessive.
I was gonna say,
That's highly unusual, but
I was
cool
gonna
at the
say, I
same
think
time.
I'm gonna double down on the CPAP call out.
No,
Travel
problem is,
the
like-
fucking world with like a CPAP machine in your suitcase.
Dude, the new ones are
like,
smaller. They
I
get
don't know.
they're way easier to do. They're not like this bulky on your face. Like the new ones, like they are much easier to use. Like
Listen,
I
I'm
com-
just-
I
I'm glad we all
completely
have
want
sleep
you to
apnea.
get. I want you
We
to
all have
completely
sleeping
get
issues.
the electric thing that shocks
Yeah.
your tongue as well. I want you to also just get a pacemaker. I want you to become a cyborg. I just want you to continue to put these into your body.
A cyborg
But okay,
There we
with
go.
products only for old people. Like,
A geriatric cyborg.
new
Can you
knees, new
imagine
hips.
Pat as a cyborg, first of all, he already knows Kung Fu and Muay Thai and all of these jujitsus. He's going to be a fucking, like, menace as a robot.
Yeah.
No, what,
Nobody's fucking with him.
no. Who's he
glad to
gonna?
know-
Who's he
Okay,
gonna
go.
be? Who's he gonna be? Who's the Nicolas Cage is who he's gonna be. He's gonna be Nick fucking Cage in the movie Jiu-Jitsu. That's who he's gonna be.
oh my
no.
god, that shit.
Oh, no.
That's
The
a
C
funny
budget
goddamn
film
movie.
Jiu-Jitsu. Okay, so we're about 6 minutes in here, and
Yeah.
Seth, give us the intro one more time in case we gotta delete the whole front half.
We're keeping that.
No, we're keeping
that.
all of this. This is exactly
catch up, you know.
just
what we wanted
just
for our first
reintroduce us
episode
just
back
in
a minute.
case. All right.
No, I mean, the
Okay.
run through is
Well-
let's start off with. Actually, I want to start off with Avatar because it is just insane to me that James Cameron came out and said that they needed to make $2 billion to make a profit and for him to make the 3 other films in the franchise. Well, it hit that and it keeps going. And we already got confirmed that there's going to be another Avatar movie about the Ash people, the Fire people. You've all seen Avatar,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
I have not.
Okay.
No.
Yes.
I'm
we
not
have.
sitting in a theater for 4 fucking hours. I don't have
I
time
was
for
gonna
that.
say, too,
Let
I
me
can't-
tell you
I
something.
can't do it. Like,
Watch
Okay.
Avatar: The Last Airbender and imagine blue aliens, and you got it.
Yeah, this is basically the end. The last movie in the James Cameron trilogy is going to be literally, oh, by the way, this is Avatar: The Last Airbender. Because they
Nice.
already got the water people, they got the tree people, now we got fire people, and I haven't seen Avatar,
Yeah.
so don't yell at me,
Well,
everybody.
Could be air.
I will say too, and I remember Seth when you walked out of that movie theater, you told me that you like texted me and you're like, it's just the same movie as the first one. Like
It literally
it's
is.
essentially the same. Which if you guys remember when the first one came out, obviously like visually it was very appealing and stuff like that. But the knock on the movie was that it was just like it was Pocahontas as a story that just like
Yeah.
redid it over, and that's partially why it lost Film of the Year to Hurt Locker like that year, and that was kind of the dig on it. So that really turned me off from like wanting to go off and see it if I was gonna go watch like a what was it? Is it a 3.5? 4? Is it 4 hours?
It's like 3.5.
Three-
I mean, our
3.5,
movies, ours started at 3:30, or no, it started at 1:30, and we got out at 5:15.
Yeah, I didn't want to go watch a 3.5 hour Pocahontas movie again, especially when I could just go watch the first Avatar movie.
Let me tell you
it was
something.
Like, I'm good. Like
This take is hot garbage.
It's not. It's a
It's
long
hot
ass movie.
garbage. It is a long movie. Suck it up and watch it. It'll change your life. It's basically
Nothing
like watching
about that
National
changes your life.
Geographic mixed with an action film, okay? And there's
Okay.
nothing wrong with that. But here's the thing. He had to wait like, 10, 12 years, however long we waited. If this would have been back to back, it wouldn't have seemed like the exact same movie. It would have seemed
I
like a
agree with that,
continuation.
actually.
So
I actually completely
you
agree
have
with
to
that.
take that with a grain of salt that
Yeah.
that's what happened there.
I do
So-
agree with
But
that.
listen. Your point, you could just watch National Geographic. I could put on Netflix on my TV and watch a freaking leopard eat an alligator, and that's more entertaining in 20 minutes than the first 2 hours of that movie.
You know what? Well, your generation has no fucking attention span, so why don't
We're
you
the
just
same
move it?
generation,
Just kick
first
rocks.
of all. Okay? I'm a boomer because I worked at Blockbuster, so get the fuck out of here.
Nice. Way to date yourself.
That is a boomer. That's a boomer comment for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Listen, don't be mid today, okay?
There's no way I can be, you know?
Your takes are mid, Gums. We all know.
No,
I don't think you're
I'm just
using
saying.
that
I'm just
correctly.
saying. I'm not the one that's sitting here complaining about a movie because it was too long. Not about that it was a bad movie. Just that your
Oh, I'm-
arthritis kicked in and you couldn't breathe and you fell asleep and you needed your apnea machine and now all of a sudden there's an issue.
I'm gonna watch it. But not in the theater.
There
See,
you
I've
go.
got a very pregnant wife that can't go without peeing for probably more than an hour.
Oh yeah, 4 hour movie. That's
So-
not it.
I mean, that makes
So
sense.
that's not gonna work. So
I-
we're
that
gonna
makes
watch
sense.
it.
I
just at
do
home.
want to double back on the image of Seth sitting at theater with a sleep apnea machine on his face.
Yeah,
That's it. I want that for 2023.
that's
I
the
want
real
that-
issue. He was
Yeah.
pissed.
Listen, I got my own movie theater here. I could just do. I'll send a video later of
That's
me
fair.
wearing one.
That's fair.
But I mean, it was cool. Like visually, it was dope. Like what you didn't. There's nothing else to expect. Like James Cameron crushes it with the visuals, especially the water stuff because he loves submarines in the ocean. Titanic, for instance, which I'm gonna bring that up for a second because I don't know if you guys saw this either, but he's re-releasing Titanic so nobody can beat that. His like top 3 movies all made over $1 billion. I don't know if you guys saw that. So they're re-releasing
No.
Titanic in theaters. So Titanic and Avatar are the top 2 movies that made $1 billion.
That's
Okay.
fair.
Okay.
Just
But like for
Okay.
so for Titanic, so
All right.
his purpose is to make more money with Titanic.
Yes.
Is that are a lot of people gonna go to the theater to go see Titanic in
No.
theaters again?
I hope that shit bombs. Like, I hope nobody goes to see it. Everybody's like, you know what? I've seen this shit. I own the box set.
I was gonna say,
Not
I
doing
just
it.
think as a movie, isn't it pretty easily accessible now? Like, kind of as is. Like,
It'll probably go to like the Sunday screenings that are like $5, where you can bring
Okay.
your kids
Fair.
or do stuff like
Yeah.
that. It's just to get out of the house and do something different. It's
Yeah.
not to like say, oh my god, this movie was great. It's more
Yeah.
of just like, hey, I like the experience of the theater. You know, thing.
okay,
It's fair.
turning the lights on in here, guys. Oh,
Yeah.
there we go. Now
Yeah,
you can
turn
see
your
me better.
lights on. Jesus Christ.
God.
Leadership, man.
Yeah, it's not here today. So going into, there was a lot of great movies that came out in 2022, and I wanted to kind of get your guys' take here on what your favorite movies of 2022 were. Like, maybe give me like a top 5, or top 15 if it's top 5 or top 10. I don't know. Give me a number that you guys want to work with here, because there were a lot of good movies, and I think we should talk about some of those. And
Let's stick with like 5.
5. Okay. Let's
Oh,
do
That
it.
seems
Man, that's
perfect.
okay. That's gonna be hard. I've got like 10 on
Okay,
deck.
fine. Let's just do 10. Let's just do 10.
dude, 10.
sorry,
Jesus Christ. Okay, goddamn.
Well, that doesn't work for Pat because Pat doesn't go to the movie.
Pat literally
Pat doesn't
can
really
just
watch
choose.
movies.
Me and Pat are like, hey, we only got like 4,
I was
so
gonna say,
we'll make a
I'm-
5th one.
I'm pushing it like as it is.
And we don't want to
Shit.
cut down the guy who has 10 to 5. Oh, come on! But you can say you're 10 anyway. Either way.
I'll wrap it to 5. I'll wrap it to 5. We'll do that.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna start with Pat first though because this is gonna be. I want to hear what Pat's top 5 is.
I still think probably one of my favorite movies of 2022 was Top Gun Maverick. I've watched it like 2 or 3 times now. The first time I watched it, I was like, "This is really good," and then like I came back to it a couple times throughout the year. I was like, "This movie's just fucking great," and so I did really enjoy that. I think Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness was 2022, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to think what else was 2022 that I really saw. I didn't really go to the movies a whole lot in 2022 whatsoever. Which just like
Did you use Netflix or any other streaming service?
I mean a little bit, but nothing too crazy. I'm trying to remember like what came out in 2022 for the most part. I think that more than anything is just like I feel like every year I wind up getting like in one of these kind of things. I do okay. The Northman was a great movie.
Really slaps.
Yeah, The Northman was definitely up there for probably the top 5 for me. I might kind of sit on those top 3 for now because I'm drawing a blank. I think
That's
on,
fine.
like, what-
That's fine because
Yeah.
I'll take up some of your screen time here,
Yeah.
and all of your screen
Google it.
times by saying, "Who the hell has The Northman as their top 5 movies?"
Thank you.
Because
I love you, Pat.
I want to know why you have it there, because what I seen from The Northman was I was expecting a Vikings war action film, and I got some type of I'm on acid shroom fest
Yep.
in the middle of the movie that just was like I didn't understand what was happening.
Okay,
so
in my defense, I'm actually a fan of those kind of movies that are like the I'm on acid shroom fests. Like, what was that Beatles movie that came out in like the 2000s or whatever? Was it Strawberry Fields?
yeah.
Or no,
Yeah.
that was just like a total like weird, trippy, like
Total
hippie
trip,
fest.
yeah.
Loved that. Loved that
Yeah.
movie.
That was a great movie.
Kind of in my wheelhouse. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
okay.
You-
'Cause I was like, that-
what you described, right up my alley.
It was like it's like that in the new Elvis movie where they just like have these things that are
was-
somewhat
yeah. Okay,
based off of real stuff, and they just go way left field, and you just didn't expect it, and it's like flashbacks and fantasies, and I'm like, I don't know.
Okay,
what's
but weird
happening.
enough, that was a strange movie. The Elvis movie, I did not like that movie. That movie was fucking weird. Yeah, like so. I guess I don't know. weird middle ground. But yeah, what you described as a movie, right up my fucking alley.
I just wanted more fights in that movie. The like first 20 minutes of that movie was sick, and I was like, "Oh, this movie is gonna be dope," and then it just turns into an acid trip, like Gum said.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess Gums. What are your? Well, Pat's still thinking. What's your top 5?
Yeah, I was kind of caught off guard by this question, so I guess I didn't have like a very good.
Listen, a quick Google
Amount.
search, you'll be good.
So I would say one of my top one is definitely Top Gun Maverick, and this is probably going to have a lot of recency bias in this, but Top Gun Maverick I thought was actually a really good film.
Movie.
I also liked like a low budget movie. It was called Emily the Criminal,
Movie's fire.
and I thought that was really good. The other one was I enjoyed the heck out of Black Adam. I'm so sad what's happening right now in that universe and getting rid of The Rock, because I honestly was like, I love the action. I wasn't there for The Rock's acting. I wasn't there for that character to be acting. I was there to see people get wrecked on film, and it gave me that, and I was like, I love it. This is what I wanted. The Contractor, that was a movie where he was in the military and then became a contractor for something. They set him up, and then he came back to like kill all the people that set him up type deal. So I thought that was great.
He played that guy in that movie is Captain Kirk
That was-
from Star Trek.
Yeah,
right?
what's his name? Chris Pine.
Yeah.
Chris Pine.
Yeah. So
I want to
like
watch it. It's good.
those were like my mix of like, I wanted to give some movies that weren't just AAA in the theater stuff. I wanted to give some that might have been lower budget that were really good too. And then for my honorable mention, I don't know, maybe I'm at 4, but
No, you're
I thought
good.
my honorable mentions were Prey and then The Princess. So I thought Prey was excellent for what it was budgeted at. And then there was a movie called The Princess where this girl's a princess, and basically I think it was something like they were going to marry her off, but they ended up taking over the kingdom. And then she literally just freaking kills her way down a tower like Daredevil. And I was just like, what is happening? This movie is hilariously
Oh, it was
great.
great.
So those are my movies. I encourage everybody to watch them. So Top Gun, Prey, Emily the Criminal, Black Adam, The Contractor, and The Princess. Not in that order, just giving you guys options of like high budget to medium budget. And I thought those were great.
Yeah, The
Those are
Princess
some
was in my top 10, but now that I'm cutting this down,
Good.
it was there.
I'm glad I covered it for you. Yeah, that was
I need
awesome.
to watch
I
that.
appreciate it. It was good. I
The
liked
Contractor was good too, Gums.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. The Contractor with Chris Pine was an excellent movie.
It's on Paramount or Peacock, I think. So I'm gonna watch that later.
Yeah.
Pat, do you have your final 3 or top 2?
I'm gonna add the Batman in there because I remember, but dude,
Oh,
I gotta
yeah.
say because I forgot that came out as well. But dude, I did a good little Google search of like movies that came out in 2022. I was scrolling through. I was like, I didn't see any of these fucking movies. I was like, I don't even know what half these fucking movies are. So it's like that's just like not it. So
That's
I'm
fair.
gonna cap you on at 4. I know Kirby's got fucking 10, so give him 6.
Yeah.
That's
That's
yeah,
fair.
I can do
That's
that.
fair.
I can do that.
Hey, shout out to Hocus Pocus too, just because. All right, bye.
Yeah,
I'm out.
movie's
That's
fire.
that's on my list.
Okay. I want to hear yours.
Purely for nostalgia. Okay, so I cut it down. But Scream, I really, I mean, I love the franchise in general. So the newest Scream was a lot of fun for me to watch. Death on the Nile, actually, I thought was really
Great
really
film.
fun. I
Yes,
love that movie.
I did too.
Top Gun, just like everybody else, that's on my top list. The Lost City.
I have a
with
laugh
San-
out.
Interesting.
Oh, dude,
Movie's
I
fucking hilarious.
loved that movie. It
Interesting.
was so funny.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
Yeah.
Prey is definitely up there. And then See How They Run was actually really enjoyable. Not something I normally gravitate towards, but it's a good movie.
It's like Wes Anderson style, right? Kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
I
glad
need to
you
watch it.
watched it because I'm the same. I'm like, this looks like too much of an investment. I don't want to do it.
It was good. Like it was
That's tight.
There was a lot going on, but it was enjoyable to watch. Like they laid it out in a very easily digestible way. So I really enjoyed it. And then of course, like as you said, Gums, Hocus Pocus 2, just for nostalgia. I love
Pure
it.
nostalgia. I don't even remember if it was that good, but it was that good to me because of nostalgia.
Exactly. Yeah. It hit all of the right buttons.
Yeah,
Like,
when you
all the
fly
right
around on a
nostalgia
Roomba
buttons.
and not a broom, I'm in. I'm like, yo, you took it to the next level. That was awesome.
That was great. So, I guess for me, for my top 5, because that was all you had. That was all yours, right, Gerbs?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So for me, I got Top Gun up there. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. The Watcher, which I don't know if you guys saw that movie. I thought that was fantastic. It's very suspenseful. I watched it high as heck at Kirby's house. And
Can you give me a background on that? Just because
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with the title.
yeah, so Watcher basically is about this couple that moves to Romania, and the girl basically starts seeing that this like neighbor is like watching them, and there's like a serial killer that's kind of like running around town killing people, and just basically she thinks she's being followed by this person, and it's just super suspenseful, super creepy. It reminded me a lot of like John Carpenter's Halloween, like just a lot of like tension, music, and then just like what happens towards like the end of that movie is just like what the hell.
This
I don't know,
and
it's
this is
just
on
really
Netflix,
good.
right? The one on Netflix.
No, this is it's on Shudder. You have to rent it. It's an actual
Oh.
movie.
Okay. Was it based? Do you think it might have had relation to the one on Netflix? Because
No,
it sounds
different.
really similar. They move to a new place. People
Yep.
are creepy. Like they're running through the town, so it's different, huh? Okay.
It's different.
Okay.
Did you ever see It Follows, the horror movie, like indie horror movie? So
I got some
Micah
catching up to do.
Yeah, Micah Monroe, she's fucking awesome in this movie. She crushed it, but I highly recommend that movie. It's not really like horror. It's more just like suspense, thriller, and it's definitely worth a watch. Predator's up there.
Prey.
Or not Predator, Prey.
I got you.
I love Prey. And I got to meet the cast, which was super awesome, and they were super nice.
Oh
so
yeah,
that
that's
kinda-
right. I forgot that was this year.
So, Prey was sick, and then I don't know. There was a lot of good movies. All Quiet on the Western Front. Did you guys see that one on Netflix?
I didn't watch that one.
That's really good. It is like very harrowing and like just bleak, but it's just super freaking good. Like
Well,
the
that's
cinematography.
that's a remake of one of the, like,
Yeah, the
of
Yeah.
the original.
Yeah, the original
right?
was it was an old war movie. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
highly recommend that one on Netflix. And then I'm gonna throw one last one in. It's called Significant Others, also starring Micah Monroe. It's like it was probably one of my favorite sci-fi films in a long time, and it's basically about this couple that like goes camping, and there's like these meteors that basically like that start crashing to Earth. And that's pretty much all I'm going to say about that because it would ruin some of the twists and turns in that movie. But it had literally one of the most like fucked up like twists I've ever seen in a movie in a long time, and I was just like, "What the hell am I watching?"
And what's this one called? I'm gonna write this down personally.
Significant Others.
All right, I have written this down and will watch.
Like you think you know what's happening, and then like it just completely flips its head on you, and
Then
it's
boom, an
wild.
alien hugs your face and puts babies inside.
Yeah, it's awesome. So
That's cool.
definitely check that out.
I'm glad that your list has such like a variety because it really makes it like interesting.
Yeah.
To be able to like talk about and say, because there's a lot of these I haven't even heard of. Now I'm like, all right, I'll watch it if you say it's good. I
Yeah,
trust
those
you.
were some deep cuts for sure.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thanks for
So
that.
on that note, today was a good pod. We'll keep this going. On that note, yeah, go send us off, baby.
Yeah. Welcome everybody to 2023. Welcome to Rolling Credits Podcast. We look forward to joining you with more, and let's keep it rolling.